Howdy, folks, and we are live.
Good evening and welcome back. Our take on Storm King's Thunder. We'll be getting our recap this evening. Yes.
Good evening. My name's Lucas. I'm role-playing the Goliath monk barbarian Liam. Last week on Dragon Ball Z, we were riding in the wizard's tower. We're traveling with a cloud giant named Zephyros, and essentially, please remind me where we're traveling to. Sorry.
Uh,
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. We're going to Waterdeep. My apologies. And on the route of our travels, we met a storm, which was accompanied by storm giants, who quite rudely um, approached us in an aggressive manner, to which Liam responded with a drop kick out a window, initiating combat with a couple of storm giants. We had a rough and tumble time, ended up defeating our opponents with the help of Zephyros, and basically continued. Our last session was kind of a combat session. I'm trying to remember.
Personally, my favorite moment was the moment that I got to see Josh slash Moral's face as Ephros lifts his giant staff of magi and just clubbed the storm giant unconscious.
And that marked almost the end of the session. Was going clubbing.
Yeah,
I'm still upset about the horses.
Yeah.
we got lots of leather
Yeah.
now.
Oh no. Did my warhorse survive?
No, none survived.
Ah,
As
so
far as I know,
sad.
aren't you deaf from that thunderclap as well? I know that was a deafening attack. I don't know if it has ended yet.
I think you did your death saves, whoever.
That was
Uh,
Josh.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, as a Josh had
Sorry, the
death
only
saves.
one that went down. Hi, it's your boy.
You got
It's your
struck by
boy.
lightning, round one.
Introducing Moral, played by Josh. Go ahead, bud.
Howdy, howdy, folks. My name is Josh. I play the artificer, wizard, order of the scribe, uh, you know, Delio, magic caster known as Moral Highwater. And Moral Highwater is in the last session and going into sessions so far, has been trying to hide his face from a tyrant that wants his skull on a platter. But we're in the air now, so screw him, you know. But at this point, I guess a nice little fun fact for Moral is that he is way more into crafting and books than he is into literally anything else. He has had a hard time working out. That's the reason why his arms look like spaghetti strands. But he grew up near the spine, so he's got a strong constitution, but just not so good on the old strength things. But that's for another time, and I'll cross that bridge or not cross that bridge according to how long the gap is. Moving on to our next man of the hour, Will playing the sorceress Lapinia. Take it away, Will.
Hello, I play Lupinia. She's a draconic sorcerer slash fighter. If anybody played Final Fantasy before, I'm going for a little red mage feel because I think that's like the best class in the game. My opinion. But yeah, she just likes to play games with people. And helps Moral bound his many tomes that he's been writing from, I guess transcribing from uh, Zephyros's library. And she's a leather worker, which is about the only thing she ever does outside of battle. Then up next is our little, I'm sorry, tabaxi, is that the correct name for it?
Yeah.
Okay, Tabaxi Rogue Violet, played by Sentry.
Ayo! So as you stated, I'm a Tabaxi rogue. It seems that I just kind of like to get into trouble, more than anything else, and cares way too much about animals unless I'm hunting them. Fun fact about Violet, I'm gonna say she likes cuddles, but only when she wants them. Yeah.
Like any good cat.
And I don't know if I added a fun fact about Liam, but he isn't afraid of heights. He's just afraid of falling.
Me too.
I think I broke Josh.
A little bit.
Drop kicks out of window. Oh, wait, there's sky underneath this. Oh.
You expect Liam to think about the consequences of his actions.
He was
That
raged
more
out.
There,
more fool you, moral.
It's so good he caught you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with if he had critted, he would have just like launched off the cloud, or like you know. But yeah, back to our excellent GM, my very close friend and confidant, Kale Mack.
Well, thank you. So, yes, here we are, floating through the air, and there's an unconscious storm giant and a bunch of angry adventurers. Zephyros just looks irritated for his part. He's just like looking around to see if anything got on his books now that the combat is over.
I'm out of key. So Liam has left rage, and I'm out of key. But I do have 5 potions of healing on me.
I think we all took rests.
Yeah, we
Do
took a
we?
rest
Okay.
and watched the storm giant on shifts.
Okay.
I don't know if that's reflected on your
80.
tokens.
I will
It
get
is
back
on mine. I know I healed up afterwards.
Yeah, I'm looking good with actual HP. That is not gone.
I see a warhorse on here. I feel like I remember one of you using Spare the Dying or something like that last week
I think it was me, I believe.
because it was
Yeah, because I
within.
said I wouldn't heal anyone but mine, and since mine couldn't live, no.
So there's a warhorse.
Yeah, I think we saved my warhorse, guys.
I thought you didn't roll high enough to save
Ta-da!
it.
Oh no, it did have enough health because it did 27 points of damage. It had 19 health. It did not do double its double its health negative. So it was good to go. But the regular horses, not so much.
They're stew now.
They will be, yes.
Horse
Mildly
chili.
singed. Ooh, chili.
Right?
And we're in the sky. How romantic.
Violet looks ecstatic about this.
I'm very sad.
Do you
We won't
want
touch. We
my
won't touch your horse.
It's not the same.
Violet?
I appreciate it though.
Oh, all right. Do you want to share? You're quite small.
I think I'm almost as tall as you.
Yeah, but like you have bird bones.
Wait.
Cat bones.
Unknown fact about felines: they
What?
have avian bones.
Ah, yes. Fun fact,
that new
everyone.
science.
The new science. Good news, everyone.
I will pet the warhorse on the nose and say yes, I'd like to share.
All right then. And like meanwhile, like Liam's got his arm around his horse's neck and is like baby bottle feeding him healing potions. He's just like stroking his throat, just like
Drink
all
up.
right, then. You'll be good.
Sentry, I just restored your tokens HP.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure my HP is all messed up anyway, but
Oh, well, if you let me during all those times when we're not streaming. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I noticed it at the end of last session, and I was just like, I don't think I should be alive.
Your voice is doubling up there a bit.
I
Josh
didn't
was
know
holding his button.
that. So
How dare he?
God, they got way more existential than I was ready. All right, so to gaming. Believe you tied the storm giant to the table.
Yeah. And we
Yep,
were,
with a horse's butt in his mouth.
we're gonna have to take that. I don't know. He raises his hand. He's like, I don't think it can talk with a horse butt in the mouth area. I have a feeling.
Probably not.
Sounds like a personal problem to me.
This is horse revenge. Like we're allowing the horse to get revenge for his fellows.
So what you could say is this could be some horse shit. And that's it. That's my one cuss word that I'm allowed.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
Nice.
I needed it. I needed it.
Per session? Or like ever?
Per session.
Per session.
Per session.
So
I'm pretty sure.
otherwise, I can't be here anymore.
Yeah. I
All right.
cancel my own stream. I'm done.
So at this point, if you're done resting, then it is daytime. You said the weather is clear. It was a pretty long flight, if you guys remember.
Like a week or 2 weeks or something like that.
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
As opposed to a 24-day trek through the elements.
24. That was 48 days. We're supposed to be.
Yeah, no, yeah, it would have been really long.
Because we had to go
Yeah,
through all the
you wish.
mountains and then go around all these rivers and forests.
Yeah, you wish it would have been 24 days.
I do.
Yeah, both as Josh and Moral. So,
Yes.
but yes, so Zephyros, though, will come to you then in the morning and just ask what the plan is with the storm giant.
Well, is there any way we could wake him up and get some information out of him?
Sure.
Oh, at this point, he's definitely awake.
Oh, all right.
We had stuffed his mouth so he couldn't cast magic.
Can
Tied up.
Zephyros talk to him telepathically? Does he have mind link?
Why?
So we don't have to remove the horse.
That's true.
Jeez.
Oh no! Come on. All right. I take the horse. I like pull him. Like I pat his mane. I'm very like calm and gentle, and I take him out to the lobby, to relax and be get some alone time.
We were talking about the horse butt in the mouth.
Yeah, I'm moving the horse away from the situation.
It was a
got
dead
it.
horse, wasn't it?
No, it was a
Yeah.
live horse.
Oh,
It was
we have a
I thought it
living
was the
horse. We
carcass.
still have a living horse.
Oh, it was the dead. It was the carcass.
You put the
horse.
dead horse in there.
I wasn't doing that. Like Liam had.
So
Okay.
just for instance, we put a dead horse butt in his mouth.
So he wouldn't cast thunder or anything.
So he didn't
Look,
cast
I'm
the lightning.
all about having our enemies eat horse farts. Okay, but I draw the line
Dead horse farts.
at
This
at
was
dead
a
horse
this was a
farts,
skinned
okay? I
dead
draw
horse.
the line. Seeing as Liam is like the biggest guy, he just shoves you guys away, and he's just like, "Stop trying to put the butt on the face. We're not doing that anymore."
The butt's already
exactly.
there.
It's in the
He was
mouth.
trying.
It was
It's in the
there.
mouth. We're not trying. It happened.
It's done. We're
Like,
done.
yeah, the deed is
Get on my
done.
level.
we signed someone's T-shirt. I don't know who.
So Liam gets the storm giant a glass of water, and
Nice.
it's just like, "Hey, buddy, sorry about all that."
But he's still
We're just-
currently like tied up to a table.
Yeah,
so,
I'll trickle it
yeah,
in the
I just
mouth
figured.
hole.
We bonded her down
Good
to that
phrasing.
table.
The mouth hole. Oh my god.
Does he drink? Does he drink the water?
Yes.
And I'm just stroking the beard, and I
Oh my
just
god.
say, look, things got really intense there,
You just
but we're here to just talk to you and find out about the ordning from the Storm Giant's perspective, eh?
Are you
I,
petting him like you're in equestrian therapy?
I love where you're going. Can you stop petting the giant's beard? I feel like that's
Sign of respect.
disrespectful. It is
No,
not, it is very disrespectful.
it's to help him relax.
Hey,
And you
Sephiroth,
laugh
is that
now.
a sign of giant respect?
He looks very puzzled. Like, I don't know. I'll go consult the other planes about it. And starts wandering upstairs
As he floats
as he floats
upstairs.
away, muttering.
He's a way of mercy monk, okay? He's like a licensed massage therapist, by the way, guys.
On his
He's
beard.
an LMT on the beard.
Zephyros is like, why did I let these people in my house? Why did I let these people?
He just like levitates up to the second floor and just like a whole lot of good question. I'll find out that later.
Meanwhile, I'm over here making that hat that I was asked to make for Violet. Finally,
But yes, the
With-
storm giant
out of the horse leather.
is just staring fiercely at you. Then Liam, since you're the one who's currently, giving him fresh water after a night full of ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Can
And if
can
that
I
has to
make
count as my one, then so be it.
can I make like a persuasion check or a charisma check to sort of calm him down or anything
Yes.
like that?
Oh, please.
It'll definitely be persuasion.
That's a hot 12. So, oh,
I had him go at disadvantage. So yeah, he looks. He still looks very like wary, but he feel less like he's trying to pierce you with his eyes and plot
Hey,
your
look,
demise.
we have a bunch of chili now, and I'd love to untie your hands if you'd be all right just having dinner with us, eh?
What are you guys doing right now?
Is
As
that
this
Oh,
another
exchange
this
is
is-
happening?
persuasion?
I think we're all
So
looking at
this-
each other like, what is he doing?
like I'm looking at Lopenia. Lopenia's looking at me. I'm looking over at Violet. I'm
I
like,
Yeah,
am
Violet, what are you
standing
doing?
behind him so he can't see me and just stroking my whip.
But the giant.
I,
So let me do a secondary check for him to see what he notices here.
I,
I rolled to persuade Liam to stop trying to give the giant more freedom.
yeah, like stop tempting the giant
I'm
with
trying
your
to
beard
get
stroking.
some information. Like the beard stroking stopped. He's been mollified. Now
But
I'm just like
You're slowly
trying to, like-
untying him. I'm
Yeah, I
trying
know,
to
he's-
I'm
prevent
not.
you.
I'm asking him to be like if he's gonna be cool.
You-
And
he's
I
like-
wasn't
he's
gonna
like,
do
yeah.
anything before
You-
talking to you guys.
You're
but,
doing
like-
it already. You took out the gag in his mouth. You asked him if he untied his hands
Yeah,
without
he's
asking
like- he's-
us.
I'm asking
Yeah,
if he's gonna be cool. Oh my god.
And he says, yes, some chili sounds great.
Can I
Do you want me to
perception
spoon feed
check,
him?
please?
Yeah.
Lopenia? Do you want me
Yeah.
to
So you're
spoon
trying
feed
to
him?
tell.
Do you
Yeah.
think that'll be better?
How about this? I just want to let you know, Liam, and I love you to death. I almost fucking died.
Yeah.
I got zapped with a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
That came
But
from.
now there are 4 of us and 1 of him. Right?
So-
There was
I
four of
understand.
us and one of him.
How about
No,
this?
there were 2 of
4
them.
of us equal to 1 of him,
Not even equal. We
and not even.
We
Plus
just tickled
have
him most of the
Zephyros,
time.
eh?
Yeah, before Zephyros would make way back down here, he'd have all four of us unconscious.
Not me.
He'd throw you out the
Please.
window. He caught your leg before.
Look, that was a cool move, all right?
It
And
didn't work.
I'll have you admit it.
All right, and actually, I'm gonna get up on the table too. And I'm
Say
just
it
gonna be
was
like,
cool.
I'm like, hello, Mr. Giant, sir.
No.
Do you have a name?
Sentry or Violet, as far as you can tell, he's telling you the truth.
Like, what is your name, Sir Giant?
Just kind of.
Sorry, hi, my name is Moral. What is yours?
Yeah, he's like, why do you want to?
Common pleasantries amongst the little folk. Hi, my name is Moral. What is yours?
How about the more useful information you give us, the more freedom we'll give you?
The more chili you get.
More chili. Is that a
Chili
compromise?
and freedom.
I
Who made
This
this
is
chili,
what
by the way?
he's muttering under his breath. He's like, "This is what I work with."
I mean, I have
As-
herbalism, so I feel like I would be slated to do the cooking. But if anyone else has a better check,
No.
Ah, Theron. Pleasure to meet you. Well, let's see. Number one, why did you? Actually, hold on. Wait, hold on. Liam, did we start this fight?
no, he was about to hit us. It was a preemptive strike.
I think you jumped the window first at him. At one of them.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
going to
but
strike the window. That's right. He was going to strike the window.
reared up to punch through or
Slice the
attack
window.
us through the window. All right.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
there are known unknowns and known knowns. And
We lost
when
Cam.
yeah,
We lost Gale.
Oh,
I was hoping I could scat until skibidi-dap, biboop-ba-dap-ba-dat, cha.
don't scat.
until
Nobody
he got
likes that.
Not anymore. Not since the accident.
Leave it in the wood. Leave it in the woods.
I told you to watch the pullout, Josh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just had to hold back what I was gonna say.
Kale will be back momentarily. Enjoy these ads.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Hold on.
Skibidi-dap, chibidi-bap-bap-bap, cha.
are back. Kayla's back. We are good.
Yay. And in a couple weeks, I'll even have consistent Wi-Fi.
Woo!
All right. But yes, so the last thing I heard was him telling you what his name was and saying that he would like some food.
You can totally have some.
But you guys were
Can,
having a debate about the untying thing.
yeah, it's like, I will say this, though. Can you tell us the actual reason why you came up and start messing with Zephyros' tower? Like, he seems like he's alright. Did he piss you off or something? Yes, no, maybe so.
He says that it's not that. Well, you're here, aren't you?
For now, well, we were supposed to be getting dropped off here actually pretty soon, but yeah, he dropped down, helped us for a minute to get us moving along on our path so that town can't be destroyed. So
Yeah, he'd always
that's
did
our
have
goal.
an unhealthy interest in you small folk.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
How
Got
did
it.
you know we were here?
Or did you see us walk in?
Says, we storm giants see many things.
So no informant, no
Says
nothing
very
like that.
haughtily. No, I mean, it's a fair enough question. And now he's currently haughtily saying that it's because he's a storm giant.
Can I actually? I'm not even gonna roll insight on that. I know he thinks he's the hottest thing around. So he's like,
Well,
it's because you're a storm giant, and that's why storm giants are tied to a table and on the ground safely somewhere.
You say that?
And I was
You
like,
say that?
oh yeah, no. He's like, please continue with this line of thinking. I want to be friends. I want to be cordial, but I am a little singed. In fact, I have a hole right here, and he like rips off a piece of his cloak, and he's like, I have a hole right here because of a misunderstanding, a hatred for little folk. I don't know.
And he says, well, I'll tell you one thing. The fact that I am tied to this table would not stop me from hurting you.
That's
But I
fair,
have said that I won't.
and I'm thankful for that. I'm just where
So
I'm.
think wisely before you mock me for being tied to a table.
oi,
Liam, grab the horse butt.
oi, mate.
Nah,
Hey,
it's fine.
let
I'm
me remind you, mate. You're tied down to a table
what
because we chose not to kill you,
I mean, and
you're
that's
being
also
fed because
Zephyrus's
we
thing.
choose to kill because we choose to feed you.
Yeah,
As
but
warriors, we live by the warrior's code.
yeah,
When a man saves your life in battle, it means you owe him a debt, aye?
he just crosses his arms and he like kind of steps back and just looks at Liam. And he looks back at the giant. We come into this as partial, at least in one way, as equals. We eat, we speak, but no pride. Pride kills. I've watched it happen.
Says, well, then
Warrior.
untie me from the table.
I've got no problem with it. What do you say, Lupina?
Well, he did help us make the chili. He killed the horses for us.
Don't.
That's so
Violet,
gross.
Violet.
That's so
It's
gross.
okay. It's okay, Violet.
Gonna have PvP so early into our campaign.
It's okay, Violet.
We've had
What say
technically
you, Violet?
PvP.
I know we have.
I think that Violet doesn't even get mad at Lapinia's comment. She's just like reminded that the giant killed her horse.
So, what say you, Violet?
You're gonna. I am.
All right. You have our word. No fighting between us. Do we have your word? No fighting between us.
Yes.
All right. I will trust the giant's word. I'll start helping on time.
Yeah, you guys used like stuff from around Zephyros' tower, right?
Yep, they used all the cords, the large thick cords and stuff like
I know
that.
I had 50-foot of rope on me. I gave to you guys.
Yep, and
Same.
I'll untie that first and then hand that back to you. Untie mine, the
Thank you.
cords, and I'll be like, all right, stretch the old arms, stretch the back, and we'll have chili ready. And where are we at on that chili there, Liam?
I think it's done.
Is it done?
Can I do a check for chili?
Please.
Give me a perception.
Perception? Alright,
Smells done.
Unless you have another skill that you would like to lean on, but I feel like that's pretty much perception.
Yeah, that works for me.
I make a lot of chili. You know, at this stage, it's a little hard to tell. Maybe just keep stirring.
It's almost done, eh?
All right. And we have a lot of horse.
No one has a
to
watch,
work with.
so it's like time's an illusion.
Yeah, and actually,
Make a clock on the
I'll help
wall.
them along. Zephyros, if you want to come on down and chat with the man that came into your home, he like shouts up to the
hole in the wall ceiling.
The hole in the ceiling.
It's the open concept. All right.
And come down for some chili as well. Chili's almost ready.
I no longer need to consult the other planes.
I don't think you need to consult the other planes about
beard stroking.
that.
All right.
Beard
it's perfectly
stroking.
Fine. What do you expect to get up to with bloody diesel noise, eh?
Diesel noise. Are you talking to Zephyros?
Yeah, he calls up to Zephyros. He's like, "What do you expect to get
And
up
he's
to
like
with
floating
diesel
on.
noise?"
He says, "Well, that's a rather forward question."
That is a question for another time.
Beard stroking's the least of it, eh?
Hey, hold on. He's like, whoa. Whoa.
What?
It's
You're
stepping
like
over a
80
line.
years
That's
old.
your.
I didn't know that your mentor shared such personal details with you. What else do you know about our love life?
I think
I didn't know there was one yet, but all right. Spill that tea.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Don't spill the tea too early or too late. Sometimes it oversteeps.
Who needs to be monetized anyway? Then it depends on how it goes.
Look, we took a hard stance on Giants' gay rights, and we're moving.
Oh, that wasn't the part that. Yeah.
This isn't fucking Texas, all right? This is the fucking internet, and it's Faerun.
Faerun, gay giants.
We stand gay giants here, all right?
I mean, to be honest, for me, it's not about being gay. I'm just like, how much detail are we going for on the fucking? And there's my square.
Okay, there you go, and that's
it. So.
All right.
Well, at least
All right. Sorry.
My no square.
Yeah.
That is a no square. You're right. And let's not step into Zephyros's no square.
At this, Theron's like, as fascinating as this is, can I at least eat?
Yeah, no, that's why I said
While you
the
discuss
chili's
this.
almost done.
It's almost done. All right.
Yeah, just give him a minute. He's
He'll just
he's
kind of
sensitive.
sit in this chair.
Yeah.
Can I do herbalism check
Yes, sure. Yeah, there we go. I was like,
to cut like the perception check was to see how close it was to being done.
yeah, and you weren't
Failed
really
that.
sure.
I'm probably gonna overcook it, honestly. We'll see.
I mean, listen, it's hard to do that with chili unless you
Really
really do
is.
it for a long time.
What attribute do I use for herbalism? Would that be wisdom?
I think that's wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Hey.
Hey, pretty decent chili.
Nice. Yeah.
If only I had a good berry.
Oh, jeez.
Just Badoop.
I love
All
it.
right. That's great.
I don't know how to put it on stream, but that's your hat.
Well, it's like Robin Hood's hat, but black.
She's a rogue. She's got to blend in with her surroundings. Black's the best way to go.
Yeah. So
I think your horse was black, wasn't it?
Can I do another
Oh.
perception check to see if it's done and see if I take it
Sure.
off?
Absolutely. It's starting to smell awesome in here, you know.
Yeah. Perception.
He's gonna-
Because I only have a +2 to perception. He's used to fighting his enemies straight on. Liam is, so he doesn't have good perception.
Yeah, when it comes to fighting his chili, it's a completely different battle, you know.
We'll see. So
It's above
that's a
average.
12. It's right there in that sweet spot. He doesn't critically fail at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah, you think it'll be pretty good.
All right, it's ready. And he starts spooning it into bowls. I'm sure they're like pewter or something like that, or stoneware bowls.
Well, I'm
And
Yeah.
if he
I
has
was gonna
any
say,
gonna be
crackers,
ginormous to us.
yeah, as I say, Zephyros has nothing but giant-sized stuff, so I imagine you'd probably try to use some of his cups, and even then they're gonna be.
Does he
Well,
have any giant
We have
sized
mess
thimbles?
kits.
Yeah, I got a mess kit with me, so I can.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
can
if you
use
got your
that.
mess kits, yeah, you probably use those.
Yeah, actually, we'll pour our little ones, and then honestly, you could probably put the whole vat up here.
I think somebody has a question.
we'll serve the giant in like Zephyros's bowl, and then we'll like those little espresso cups that you serve like single shots of espresso in. That's what I'll
A
eat mine out of.
Demitas?
Yeah.
Yes, Sentry.
I was gonna ask if he had any giant-sized thimbles.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
Demitas.
No, I always take care of any holes in my clothing with magic.
Mending is a beautiful spell.
Yes.
Pencil holders?
Do you need to borrow
But
part
you
of
guys
my mess kit?
have your kids.
It's like here you go, Lupina, and he just got a passable. Or sorry, here's Violet. Here you go, Violet.
Oh, I don't want any, thank you.
Oh, there.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Do you just want to crawl inside the temple?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, fair enough. Do you have anything that you just crawl into?
A giant sized bowl.
No,
Hey,
Perfect.
a coffee mug from.
I've got an old
Zephyros's
empty
Almanac.
ink bottle.
Perfect.
Perfect. So, what brings you here? How you doing?
It just says, well, fighting other giants and feeling that he is overstepping his role by helping you brought us here.
Are cloud giants and storm giants technically a part of like the same caste system? Is that how it's all worked out?
You can tell, like, even without doing an insight check, that he's having like a huge internal struggle about what and like how much he should say.
Like and
Yeah.
actually he's like, I understand that branch, and I'm just curious, I am a scribe of sorts. I do like hearing about other races' form of government and how they work and what they do. And
I'm surprised that this traitor hasn't already told you all there is to know about giants. Gesturing towards Zephyros as he's eating his chili.
like, honestly, he hasn't really told us much about giants. He's told us a lot about like what he does, but not the giants as a whole. Like Zephyros has been very, very, very cordial, but very held in his information. It's actually very refreshing. It's very nice.
Liam would jump up at that slight
Yeah.
and say, "What are you saying, traitor? Eh? Do you think he's a traitor?
So,
Who's he a traitor to exactly?"
Liam, let the giant speak.
As a traitor to his kind. It's an unhealthy involvement.
Oi, and this isn't all just a ploy to retain your position at the top of the ordning, eh?
So you do know more.
My master taught me
He
of
was
the
trained by a
ways.
giant.
Ah.
Sorry if that gives you more information.
Yeah, it's actually he's there, and Theron's just like, oh, it's disgusting. He just starts eating more of his food.
He's like,
I am descended from the giants. I know the ways, and I understand your position at the top of the ordning is in threat.
and actually, at this point, he literally looks over. He's like, "What?"
Yeah, this is some good information to learn. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, Zephyros
Presented
says.
the class.
Yeah, Zephyros will just look over toward there and say, you see, I knew that I did not need to tell them more or interfere beyond my place. I was simply taking them and dropping them somewhere outside of a human town. So, yeah, so, Moral, you have questions.
Liam, you say ordning. Please explain to me the ordning. I would love to know. I'm guessing that's the government?
To me, it's a toxic caste system that's been held in place for centuries that
Oh,
has created an unfair advantage for the storm giants atop everyone else. They're above the cloud giants, the frost giants, the hill giants.
I'm
They
guessing it's an entire system based off of strength, I'm guessing?
it's a cosmic strength system, but you don't even like it's not a meritocracy. It's but sorry.
As the giant, not a
Uh
scale.
yeah.
Yeah, the Theron's just like,
And actually, at this point, he's like writing down ordning like caste system, giants starting from storm, going on down. And it's like, so if we were to put it in like some of the monarchies, that we know of further south, it would be like,
they're
king.
they're
Uh,
divinely appointed to be the best giants. But
like,
I
says
personally forget
yes,
the god of the giants, but yeah,
Anum, the All-Father.
yeah.
yeah,
And now everything's in flux.
the All Father.
Everyone gets a chance to sit at the top of the ordning, but I just don't think anyone should sit atop another unless they're been asked.
That was a very frank way of putting it, there, Liam. I agree. Um, in many ways, but I'm guessing that this
it's just
system has
rude,
been in place
you know.
since giants came to be. Is that correct, there, Theron?
Yeah, kind of shoot a look over to Zephyros. Um, I feel that that's a. He says, "I'm trying to choose my words."
And this is Theron talking, by the way, right?
Yes, yes. He says, "Uninformed opinions. It doesn't. It's not completely untrue, but it's also not all the way correct. It's not a system that, like I have heard that amongst some of you small folk, men and women will pretend that kings and queens were declared that way by God, and that's what gives them their rights. But Anam truly did create the ordning. It is a system created for us by our gods, and it's very interesting
Oh,
and unusual to have other people outside of our race even know about such things, let alone casting such wide judgments about the fact that they shouldn't exist at all, let
like
alone
broad
who should be at the
strokes,
top of it.
right? Uh, it seems like a lot of my friend Liam here is it's a lot of painting with broad strokes, as opposed to the finite little nuances of your government. Is I'm guessing that's what you're saying by not
And
saying.
says, and to be honest, though I look down on such direct involvement, it's only because of the influence of we storm giants that others, like the hill and stone giants, do not constantly wreak havoc upon your societies.
I
We
kind of
hold them back from their aggression and their aimless destruction. Yes, little cat.
But they are wreaking havoc. The whole reason we're on this
This masquerade is because stupid, excuse me, other giants threatened to kill
He
us.
says, exactly, because right now things are not as they should be,
is the
like
ordning
the
at
other
risk.
one said.
So why aren't
And he
you
just
taking
gestures
care
at
of them
Liam.
instead of us?
Like we seem like
Liam?
very little threat to the whole process of the ordning, and even more so, I'm guessing the items that certain giants are looking for are also a threat to the ordning itself. And am I correct in saying this then? Because unfortunately, we've had three different accounts, unfortunately, of just wanton destruction, um, throughout the lands. You know, and not even necessarily calling, just destruction, uh, either for a specific item, a rock, and other things of that nature. Like, is
Says
that a threat?
exactly. That is happening because the ordning is not currently in place as it should be. When things were correct and the storm giants were at the top in their proper place, other giants were not doing this. That's how you know that things are in imbalance.
Is there a way? And this is gonna sound. This is just purely out of curiosity, not meant as an offense. Then the All Father is the one who created the ordning. Am I correct in that? You can not say anything. I'll just go from there. But um, so All Father created ordning. Ordning at this particular moment in time, for some reason, has gone out of balance. Storm giants and cloud giants and frost giants are trying to take over the worlds of cloud giants and trying to gain more power in order to influence the rest of the giants. Like it's just become this big, almost like a civil war. Is in that, is that correct in the thought pattern? Like our here's the question, because I think I'm getting off track from what I really want to know. Is there someone who talks to the All Father and ask him these questions, and is there some way to get everything in its right spot and place?
At this point, Zephyros we'll speak. Are you, by the way, Will? Do you have everyone? I've seen that Lucas has been kind of refreshing again to me.
Yeah, I'm good.
Zephyros will answer now and say it's not. So this is what our guest meant when he talked about it being different than you can understand. When the ordning was shattered, each of us knew immediately. We felt it. It's not something that was told to us. It's something that we know innately and feel. And I know from my scrying and my contacting the beings that I should help, but only so far. And I don't want to inform you beyond my role. What Theron does is not is not under my control.
Understood. So every single one of the giants felt this shatter, and because of the shattering, now they are doing things that is outside of their role.
And
They're fighting to
I
regain power.
yes,
But
yes.
to put it
Everyone wants to
simply,
be at the top. Everyone wants to be at the top, like Liam was saying.
right?
You know, it's
Liam would ask Zephyros, so Master Zephyros, how did it feel to you when you felt the ordning break?
he says I simply knew that I he felt that we giants have lost our way and have become complacent.
And he would ask the storm giant, like if it felt any different or if it felt the same way.
And say to me that we all know that he must be displeased with us and has turned his back for now.
So
So action must occur.
so you said that the storm giants were the ones who were keeping order and stopping the other giants from wreaking havoc, but
It's been
if
thus for centuries.
if that was your purpose, then why, like, and you were doing it, why do you think the Allfather broke the ordning?
Or was it?
Yes, it was, but
Okay, so
he's the only one who can. But says that we are all trying to find these answers.
and that's why
I,
everyone's scrambling.
yes, if we
Probably,
just we all just
probably,
know that it seems that he thinks we've lost our way and become complacent in the events and ways of this world.
yeah, probably a pretty deep question to ask a guy who's just sent to
Yeah.
like harass a old wizard.
But you
But
still have to think about who storm giants are, right? And who different kinds of people are. None of you will have ever even seen a storm giant before this moment in person. It's
Fair, unless
extremely
we were
rare.
higher
No.
circle creatures and things of
yeah,
that
Yeah,
nature.
exactly.
Maybe.
Like it's extremely rare for just like everyday small folk to see a giant that's not a stone or a hill giant. Just being real, even like seeing a frost giant's not super common, but you don't only have seen like illustrations of like a storm giant. You
Actually,
know,
and he pipes up. He's like,
yeah,
that is for sure.
yeah.
I
So
am from the order of scribes from wizards. So
right,
the idea that we're seeing a ton of giants that are not just stone and hill, and then I mean, like that was two of you. We saw an entire group, an entire
right,
tribe of frost giants, an entire tribe.
yeah. So everyone's scrabbling for influence and for power, and no one. I would say I don't think any of us know the real way forward, but all of us will try our best. And storm giants, particularly, right, tend to use a lot of like divination magic and that kind of stuff. So they tend to be a more far-sighted race and more distant from the rest of the world in general. Even other giants don't tend to see storm giants very often.
So essentially, y'all are all trying to find your way without the answers and words of the All Father, and dealing with essentially a free conscious thought that has completely changed from tradition.
Right. Zephyros was just say, and for my part, I've been trying to contact, other planes and try to seek answers, and I've gone even matter at least twice. But then I realized that somehow you little ones would somehow be involved in the solution, and so I started searching, but I don't know to what extent. All I knew was that I should find you.
Well,
Huh.
we're gonna try to meet your expectations, Master Zephyros, but you know, what can us little ones do to shape the future of the Ordning?
And the giants, like, we. You can see
Farron's like,
moral goes
Farron is
down.
like, exactly. It's insulting to suggest that they could even have a chance at having a positive influence on our society. They're right. See, even they know that you're wrong, Zephyros.
But that's the crazy thing there, Sir Theron. So let's say this, and I'm going to use this metaphor because things are starting to at least unfold. Whenever we look at water or any other element that is out there, it started from something, correct? We all started from a thimble, a minuscule amount, and we then became formed. Whether it was in a mother's womb, whether or not it was the storm god's calling, whether or not it was anything, just like the ripple in a pond can become a tidal wave or raging monsoon from the seas, would it not be also who of us to think of it in that sense, that something small that we do may affect something as large as you? People have moved mountains. Dwarves have dug massive caverns. Elves have seen entire forests regrown from nothingness and ashes. Nothing is as simple as it seems.
What about you guys' opinion, Violet?
So Violet, she's thinking very hard. So Violet's gonna say, number one, is there a way to divide this power amongst the giants instead of having somebody at the top? Because even if there are more guards and watching over, obviously other giants aren't happy with the previous structure. But number two, is this task that we're currently on technically upsetting the balance of the ordning? Like if we help, I think her name was Sylphie, get what we're trying to get
Droopy?
in Waterdeep. Yeah, Droopy, sorry.
That's my girlfriend.
Are
I'd appreciate it if
we
you remembered her
upsetting that
name.
balance? I met her for like 2 seconds.
I
Yeah, we better a
respect.
little longer.
Alright. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little longer. Wink. Um,
And he says, and honestly, sit there and would say, dude, this is why we were trying to interfere, because we don't want that. We feel like we should be solving our own problems.
but obviously, if it's at the expense of multiple lives, not just one, but an entire tidal wave of lives, shouldn't that mean that there are more there's more involvement from, unfortunately, outside.
If you believe that the All Father is all seeing in all of these decisions, I think he put us here on purpose. And you should help us.
Zephyros is just like, that's why I showed up. Just eats chili.
That's a 22 on persuasion, sir.
We're feeding
And,
him.
he has been, cooperating.
Maybe there's a way to stop the frost giants from destroying all the cities along this near the spine, and a way to at least bring a little bit of balance, because everything is better whenever it's in balance. At least that's just my educated opinion. Unfortunately, whenever
Like,
there's an unbalance of power, unfortunately, like what I'm hearing from the Ordning, you have people that possibly become tyrants, destructive in their very
not that you
nature.
would know. Not that you would know at all, Moral.
And he's like, oh no. And he's like, and this is speaking from personal experience. I've seen great areas and small nations break just because one's thirst for power goes beyond their bounds. And it wasn't even a thirst for power for any sort of virtue or noble cause. It was just power for the sake of power. And unfortunately, that bred destruction.
Would you
Well,
say absolute power corrupts absolutely?
say that this
Maybe.
seems these perspectives. I don't know how to take them because it's just a completely different cultural perspective from how we feel and understand things. Of
Understood. And
course, when we've been told to change, we're all trying to vie for the top because that's what we know. But it's not that, for example, cloud giants sat around before wishing that they were at the top instead of us. It's simply that now no one knows who should be at the top, and so of course they will naturally try.
I don't know, has there been any sort of diplomatic approaches from any side?
I just don't know how to explain.
I, I understand. I do not know the culture that well. I'm willing to learn in order to better understand and to make sure that I don't create any faux pas just by my words alone. I've already done that enough and almost have my head on a platter. But that's a story for another time.
Like in the middle of this, Zephyros just kind of absentmindedly, just like, that reminds me. What are you on your way to Waterdeep for? I never asked, really.
It was it was to
Isn't that
save a
funny?
town. He said, and he'll turn around. And he says, to save a town from being destroyed from frost giants. They're looking for a man who happens to have some form of relic, and that's
Some form.
we have an entire town filled with, I believe, they were speaking at upwards into the realm of possibly like 5,000 people. Maybe it may be more, maybe less. I wasn't privy to the census, but we have a lot of lives on our hands.
What relic?
It was a ring, I believe.
Ring of
I
Windsor.
think
Ring of Winter.
Hmm. That hasn't been seen in ages.
But apparently,
In Waterdeep,
there was a man, one of the little folk, that stole it from the frost giants. And because he stole it from the Frost Giants, obviously they are very keen on getting it back. And they are doing everything in their power, at least from what we got, and I mean everything they can to get it back. I'm guessing this has something to do with this break.
Hmm. Interesting. Well,
And
it's like Zephyros is just like, I have much to consider.
Can
and like
I
Le-
tell him?
Liam would.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Go ahead, Go ahead, Violet.
What's up, Violet?
I was just going to say, I think the man's name's Artist Kimber, and he kind of looks like this. And I'm gonna put on his son's disguise that I made, and I'm just gonna be like, kind of like this.
I like that, like a flap, ear flap hat and like, like a warm coat. Lopinia, did you have anything you wanted to say at all? You
No,
want to? If not, it's okay.
I was just enjoying my chili.
I gotcha. Well, and then what were you wanting to say, Liam?
And Liam would like. I think I remember it being Roaring Horn, but like, uh,
Yeah.
Liam would remember it as like Lion Roar or something, and just like completely fuck it up again.
Well, I don't know. Let's get one of those intelligence checks and see how you do this
Alright.
time. Because you go into the conversation in relatively good faith.
Yeah, we'll see.
No,
Oh.
you know
You,
for sure. It was something about Moral talking about all those lives being on the line. You know, you got to save the whole town. You're like, oh, I can work that into my ballad. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, you
uh,
know for sure it's Roaring Horn.
yeah. He I mean, he would tell Zephyros, but I don't know if he definitely wouldn't tell uh the guy the
This was a
Stormcast
check
man.
to see
So
what you would remember and know. That doesn't mean you have to say it out loud to everyone if
yeah,
you don't want to.
yeah, he remembers correctly, but he keeps it to himself.
You'll file that for later when Theron isn't here anymore.
yeah,
When we're
the
finally in Waterdeep and like Liam's left on his own on the streets, he's like, "Oh shit, who do I have to find?" Ah shit. So we'll
yeah.
see.
That's when he's like, "What are we doing again?"
What's my name again?
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Um,
but that's what we're tasked to do. We are not the strongest of our people.
Speak for yourself, mate.
Yeah.
That confidence will bring you wonders, my friend.
love it.
Who's tied to the table, eh?
He's not
Oh,
tied to the
Nobody.
table
he's not.
anymore.
He's literally like
Well, a figure of speech, eh?
fair enough.
I was like,
But this
Theron's like,
day,
"What did I do? I was just eating my chili."
he was just eating his chili. But then I'll say I am not the smartest or strongest of my people, but I'm at least one willing to move forward and try to find a way to save everybody in whatever way I can, even with dodging tyrants, little minions, even with traveling in areas where we can be attacked at any moment. And even he's like, just even gestures to there, and he's like, even when we're just offered aid without prior, we wouldn't even ask. It was just given a kindness. I have much to think about. Thank you, Theron, for what you have given me.
Zephyros just starts to levitate up and he's like, yes, much to think about. He's muttering to himself. He's like, let me know if you need me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And I feel like we're probably toward the end of this meal.
Yeah.
And he says, Theron will just say, so now that we're done with our chili,
Mm-hmm.
I get to leave.
I believe that's the case. We're not here to hold you against your will. We honestly, all I wanted to do was
I don't know
understand.
about that. Where'd you come from, mate?
Says our homes are in the sky. They're not stationary.
Just like
But
Zephyros's
you
tower.
must name them.
I guess we must. But you mustn't know.
Mustn't I?
No.
uh,
He has told you quite a bit.
yes, he has.
Well, how am I supposed to send you letters? Come on.
You're not.
When the Peony looks over at
Are you
Liam
breaking
and
up
just
with
says,
me?
maybe you should just stick to eating your chili.
I will say this: thank you, Theron, for what information you have given. Because
He
I'm
says,
sure that if any other giants probably heard you, they would be attacking you right now. Am I correct in
as he
this?
says, yes, I, to be honest, have shared more than I usually might, for the sake of, as you said, owing you a life debt that I would, to be honest, consider repaid.
I
Joseph
think
does not usually leave my kind.
it's
I have no more to give you.
yeah. I think he would have been hunted down by any of his brethren if any
If we
one
meet
thing came out of it.
again, if we meet again, one last boon and we're done.
I think I'm owed a gift in exchange for my horse.
Yes.
You got delicious chili.
But
I got nothing.
That's separate. That's separate, Lopania.
this is a separate
That's a
thing.
gift from me. That's a gift from me.
Hey,
All
no,
right.
he took the time to kill the horses for us.
Shut the fuck up.
I can't with you. I feel the violence. It's coming.
But I
I'm gonna also I want to try and persuade the
It's
storm giant to
exuding.
leave
It's
sooner than
exuding
later
from
by saying,
Violet.
"Shouldn't you go find your friend who was thrown off the cloud tower a ways back?"
a day ago,
As
he
he
was
knows
Featherfall was
he
cast on him.
knows that he'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Zephyros cast Featherfall on him as he was falling.
He reaches into his bag and he pulls out a giant-sized stuffed animal. It seems to be of a wolf, and he's just like holds it out toward you, Violet.
And actually, he looks over at Theron.
Oh, do you want something too?
No, just thank you.
Oh.
Just thank you. I mean, honestly, knowledge is the greatest gift you could ever give me, and thank you.
Violet is gonna climb on it and make biscuits and like.
Actually, do you have any way to carry that for little people?
Can you make it inanimate so I can ride it? Zephyros!
Yeah, I don't think that's this guy's kind of thing as much.
All right.
I was about to say, but it's funny because he like had reached into his bag and then he pulls out. It's actually smaller than you would have thought, Tim. But you could tell it's like a human-sized a metal bowl that's been kind of like fashioned into like a helmet kind of thing. You can like reach down and like put it on your head, Morals.
Oh.
It's like a brass helmet.
And he's like, I didn't need it, but thank you. Although I am going to be looking for new armor soon.
Now you're a better lightning rod.
I am a better lightning rod, aren't I? Crap.
He'll like look over at you, Liam, and at you, Lavinia, kind of like wondering if you gonna ask him for something. No. Okay. Lavinia's like, I'm good.
I wanted to meet giants. I had wanted maybe a diplomat for them.
All I want is a honorable fight next time we meet.
Sure. Although I don't specifically plan to meet again.
The world is small.
If it is so, then we will fight. And he's gonna
All right.
Till next
go
time,
out
Theron.
here. Yes. Until
Peace be with you, my friend.
farewell. Yeah, and he's
Live
gonna
long and
go outside,
prosper.
and you see him cast a spell on himself and kind of fly off of the cloud.
That's that was heavy.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split ya!
Moral.
I'm going to start writing down everything I have heard today, except for that. But I'll write everything we've heard today. There's a lot more at stake here than just a town of 5,000 then.
Oh yeah.
This is bigger than I could have imagined. And all I did was answer a call to arms. Let us see. And Mortal goes off and he goes down and actually starts writing down in a tome. And he's like, he's just very focused.
In his own world over there.
He's like, I hope Master's okay. Hope my parents are okay.
Yep. And he said Zephyros is currently upstairs. Yeah, I'm kind of pacing around some. So yeah, Violet, you got yourself a new a new thing, at least for now. Don't know if you'll be traveling with it that much, but we'll see how it go.
I'll find a way to animate it.
It's my new horse!
I'll find a way to animate it.
And so yeah, I loved that statement. I loved Will's face when it happened. Everything about that was great. So, but yeah.
All right.
So he's gone. You guys are continuing to fly towards Waterdeep.
Yeah. And during this time, I'll actually inspect the helmet if there's anything special about it besides it being a helmet.
No, it was probably a pretty nicely crafted bowl before.
Yeah.
So decent quality metal and craftsmanship, but it's been bent into a helmet. So
I can make this better. I need to make
yeah.
myself my own set of armor, anyways.
Can I ask Zephyros if he knows a way to animate it?
Please.
Gotta get the spells. What is everyone else doing?
I think Liam wants to master this Storm Giant's sword. and to be able to use it as a monk weapon. I'm hoping
So
that
you're gonna
maybe
start trying to practice with it.
yeah.
I think Moral, after looking at the helmet and just like, I need to be able to get out of way in time. Hey Liam, you got any training regiments you do?
Yeah, let's do some push-ups and squats and sit-ups.
All right,
Let
let's
me
do it.
introduce you to burpees. Yeah.
Sorry, Josh. Moral. Yes, I would like that, my friend. I would like that very much. Let's do it. And he's
All
like,
right.
am I doing it right?
No, it's all right.
I'll get there.
Gonna need a lot of protein.
Violet is now vegan.
You're not even pescatarian.
No
Just
fish.
vegan.
You're really
No fish, no
hardcore
milk,
tabaxi.
no cheese, just veggies.
I
My
say
cat could
one
never.
sad cat.
We'll see the next time I get around to fish.
It just makes me think of an episode of Futurama where they're like, "We taught this lion to eat tofu," and he's like,
And it's like,
that's all I can
Sad.
see.
no.
Sorry.
Oh, sad.
So yeah, this
So yeah, he's in Moral's
um,
training with Liam, Lopenia.
I'm going about getting prepping the leather that I skinned off the horse. Make sure it's ready to use.
Good man.
um,
And then Violet's
Zephyros,
playing with her horse.
yeah, as I
Wolf.
say, does not. He says, unfortunately, this isn't my area of expertise. I think you might need. I don't know. What do you think, Moral? A druid?
It can be a druid, an
Negative.
artificer, which I am, but I'm only at the honestly the junior level.
I just
Yes,
need
well, we all
someone
start
to
somewhere.
maybe turn it into a golem or, you know,
Columns.
movement. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
he says,
Did you say
Golem, that
columns?
is an interesting idea.
I
Yes. Moral and Zephyros share a mad gleam in their eyes. Like, yes,
oh
golems.
oh ooh. Maybe so. One day I'll definitely be able to make clay golems, and perhaps clay golems for us to ride. But maybe they could be in wolf form. If they have 4 legs, they'll be able to move faster. They'll be more mobile. Or maybe they could be crafted with wind magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, as it say, at this point, you and Zephyros like wander off somewhere, just being total nerds. Um,
He's like, what do you think about the properties of possibly like a gust spell going out of their back, and possibly that's propelling them
Are
forward,
you
or maybe it's just their arms, or
are
ooh,
you talking about making this will fart to move?
if
I
it,
don't think
ooh,
so.
wait, could that work?
I don't think so.
I think if you enough air pressure is built up, you can do. How does this castle float?
Magic, I'm assuming.
Well, no, I get that. I'm talking about the type of magic, and
Like levitate spells,
essentially like compounded levitate spells.
basically.
Oh, we can. Wait, wait. This can work on this tower. This is a
Well,
giant's
it
tower.
depends. Yes, he says, well, mine. This is, I have my own things, but I believe that's usually what storm giants do anyway.
I. We also might be able to save certain towns if we lift them up into the sky. That's for another time, though. We. Hmm. Yes. No. I have to do
How
more
many more
calculations.
days of travel do we have?
Probably about a week.
Um,
Let's train, my
well,
friend.
yeah, well, let's train. Can I do rolls, like alternating rolls for helping moral train and also to master my weapon, maybe athletics?
I guess that would make sense. Yeah, it's fine. I was gonna say, yeah, can do that.
All right. How many rolls do you want me to make?
Mhm. You could make. I mean, I was gonna say. I mean, if we say you had like 7 days left, you could maybe just make one for each day.
Okay. So my first roll would be to master my weapon, and I made a 24 on that.
Like
My second,
it's huge, but luckily, like it's not too heavy for you actually.
yeah,
You just
and
look like an anime protagonist for sure.
to train moral, 17.
And do you need me to make any rolls to see if I actually take the
Yeah,
training
I
to
was gonna
heart?
say for you, I think we'll do. I'll give you some athletics as well, but don't worry, you have a different pass fail going right now because of what you're doing.
Thank you. I am starting it.
Yes, I'm thinking that unless something unusual happens, we will be making it at least 2 water deep by the end of
First
this
day.
evening. Yeah,
Would I be giving him
yeah, you're gonna
advantage
feel.
if I'm instructing him?
I'm kind of seeing how he's doing right now. He's gonna be learning it from you because your tech was good. I'm more just thinking like how he's doing. Like how when you work out super hard on your first day and you're like, that's awesome, and then you wake up the next day and your lactic acid buildup is like really intense. And you're
This
just
is
like,
what
I hate
happened.
everything. Yeah, that's what's gonna be for you. You're
Do you want
you're
me to
still
make?
learning.
Yeah. Do you want me to make wisdom rolls to like keep it up,
I
like
was
keep the
gonna
willpower,
say,
keep
I don't know if
going?
it's a wisdom or a person intelligence. Um, I would
Constitution,
say I'll. What'd you say, Lucas?
maybe Constitution.
Yeah, as I say, a constitution would make more sense for like an endurance kind of perspective.
Right. It was just whether or not like mental
Are
willpower
you
to keep
retaining it?
moving. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be wisdom.
Okay.
And I honestly, if you don't want to have to make like 7 apiece, we can always just do maybe like 3, just kind of see how you end up.
I'm down with that.
Just for the sake of, we also have other things that we could do. While Opina is finding books that you've written.
Actually, I have a special product I've been working on, special for moral.
There we go.
There's that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we'll do it in, like in a pass fail, like 10 and up or whatever.
gotcha. And then the next one will be another athletics.
Yeah,
Or
let's see how Liam does for his and for training you for it too. And like I said, we'll do three training roles for you. So let's see. Lucas.
All right. So that's a
Okay.
13 total.
It's not too bad. All right.
And do you want me to do one more, or is Josh next?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let Josh get his second one out of the way, and then we'll do the third one, and then I'll let you focus on.
that was a nat
Nice.
20.
There we go. All right, and let's go ahead and do the third one, and then you can get to your weapon checks exclusively if you want to, Liam.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Josh next or me?
It's you. You do
All
your
right.
last one for training him.
Hey.
All
Hey,
right.
Opa!
Yeah. All right. And you, Josh.
Okay. Another nat 20.
My God. All right. Liam, what exactly were you focusing on during this?
I want to basically, so for training moral.
Yeah.
I think just focusing on the core and developing functional strength
Good
so that he
foundation.
can, yeah, so that he can uh build that foundation that he can then, like, if he wants to build his length strength or his upper body strength from there, he's got that core so that he can do pull-ups, he can, you know, sprint if he needs to, you know, it's just like a general well-being check, get everything in tune.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, because your strength isn't super low at an
For some
11.
reason, I thought it was an 8, so that's why I was like, oh, I'll start this. But I think it's
I think
mindset is that as like
What's your
athletics
strength?
needs to become better. My strength is an 11.
Okay, so like
but
maybe we're trying to get you proficiency in athletics or what have you.
Maybe that's the goal is to
yeah,
become more athletic so that he doesn't, I don't know, fall off a bridge and have to use magic
because I just don't know. Like, I just imagine you guys just like a super epic training montage with all that like
with a sword
critical
being.
success and everything, and yeah, Liam, I'll let you go ahead and start making your checks for mastering your sword. I don't know. I think I could argue that you could maybe take your strength from an 11 to a 12 after having such times. I know you don't super often get to do such things, but you're
Oh,
having a nerd pushing through moment. Oh, and Liam's just over here flexing.
yeah.
You've got such a good teacher too.
Yeah, I do have a good teacher.
That was the day. You were all tired from training him. It happens.
Yeah, well, I had two good. So my very first
Yeah, your very
roll was
first one was
24,
excellent. It's a
and then
24.
22. So out of three,
Yeah, no, you're
so
doing well overall.
Yeah, and do you want me to do that then?
It's already done.
Oh, I'm one of the strongest nerds out there.
Oh my god.
I don't know, I'm still stronger than you.
As I'm saying, that's
Yeah,
actually the reason it makes sense to me because then you already had an 11 strength, so you actually had enough to go with to where this kind of training could really pay off for you. I don't know if it's
right.
enough to gain, proficiency in your athletics yet, but
Yeah,
yeah.
continued time will tell.
Yeah. Uh, how many checks do you want to do for this, Lucas? Do you want to stick with 7, or did you want to do a little bit less? So I was
uh,
thinking we could.
we could do 5 since I kind of
Yeah, that's
spent
exactly what I was thinking.
some of my time
Yeah,
training moral.
yeah, I was thinking we
Yeah.
could do 5 instead of doing 7. It says it's 3 right
So
now, two
two
successes and
more.
1 fail, but they were really good successes. Oh,
Dope.
nice.
Woo!
See,
Just
speaking
critted.
of,
Just critted. All right, and
Knock it out of the ballpark, baby.
last
it's pretty
one,
great.
and then a 15.
Still, yeah, that's so good. Does it say this is going to be a super powerful thing, and I have to think about exactly how to spec it to you. But we're going to say that the training is at least going extremely well.
Yeah. No rush on that. Just wanted to establish an interest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he
And just do
definitely
me a
wants to do a
favor.
predator high five with you, definitely.
Yeah, just do me a favor though, and make sure we're getting together on Discord. Message me so we can make this weapon stat block and everything up to where it makes sense,
Yeah,
so it
and I
can
think
really
we
like
did,
become part of the
but
game.
it's just making it a monk weapon and being it like I couldn't like there's a monk version of attunement where I make it a monk weapon, but because
Right.
it has that classification of heavy, I couldn't technically, but I feel like because I'm a Goliath
A barbarian as
and
well.
I'm
Yeah, you're
and a
Goliath, you're
barbarian, I'm
barbarian.
working with it and putting in the
Well,
time.
sure. I mean, my thought was just kind of that it's not just like a normal greatsword, right? It's like huge. So I don't really know. You say you already did put together something for it?
Well, I mean, I'm putting in the
I got hit in
time
the
now,
head.
right?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
Like
no,
yeah,
no, no,
trying
that's
no.
all.
to
Sorry. I guess I'm being unclear. What I'm saying is, outside of when we're streaming, we should get together and put together what this specialty homebrew weapon is for you, stat wise and stuff. Because to me, it should be a little bit more special than a regular greatsword. Because
I think we did last time because you said it was a 3d8 plus
yeah,
4.
that's right. See, that's what I mean. So yes, I kind of did get hit in the head. It's just been a while since I played that
Yeah.
weapon. Thank
Yeah.
you. That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have an additional property besides because of it being bigger. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Yes, I need you guys. Thank you.
We
All
need
right.
you too. Quite
Yeah.
literally.
Right. All right. Yeah. So many crits. Jesus.
That was nuts.
Sorry.
We'll just
Hey, Lucas. Sup, baby?
yeah.
Yay.
I mean, let's just say for training montages, the music was on point. It's very inspirational. Got you pumped up. Feeling good. Like the high five and freeze in the air.
Like we are the champions. I have the tiger. We couldn't.
We
for
just combined them all
licensing reasons,
together.
but
It was
imagine-
strong. It was a
just
mashup,
imagine.
but it actually works. Yeah, it's fine.
It's
All right.
theater of the mind.
Yeah, it's perfect. But no, I'm sorry that Zephyros doesn't have the ability to animate your stuffed animal for you.
That's okay. Would he happen to have a Golem's manual in his massive ass library?
Moral's like, I'll study it.
Well, you can't read it until you've. Yeah. Literally, the Golem's manual, you take 6 die, 66 of
Psychic damage if you attempt to read it when you're not the level you need to be.
6d6. Perfect.
Yeah,
Can you just
psychic
bring me
damage.
back?
We did it again.
Liam could punch you while you're reading and heal you.
My man. Because I promise you, I will make you a glorious golem.
I mean, I'm just thinking we could stuff it full of rocks and animate it at some point.
That's very uncomfortable.
That sounds very noisy.
Yeah.
But we could also make a very silent thing that's also very strong and soft and comfortable to ride with a big mane and dark as the night. And okay, I'm getting carried
Also,
away.
if he has a possibility to make it small and easier to carry until we're ready to animate it.
Oh, like a reduce spell?
Yeah, let's say you could just reduce it. Yeah, yeah, that one, yes, for sure.
How would we unreduce it?
Enlarge.
Enlarge, or you could always use like a keyword attached to it.
Yeah, exactly. Or yeah, you could just. Yeah. Oh, I'm just imagining the shenanigans. Okay, yeah.
No worries.
Can the keyword be the time is nigh?
Yes, I can see it so clearly in my mind, but I know I'm wrong because it's going to be even more chaotic. Okay.
Yes. Their answer is correct. Whatever you thought of, plus some. Yes.
So, Zephyros is wondering about maybe letting you out. How far out of town do you want to be? Because he doesn't want to cause a panic by getting too close.
Do we want to be like a day's travel away?
We could do
Probably.
a couple of miles. Doesn't have to be a day.
You can see
You
that
can
tower
see
coming
Be
from a
in
couple
the
miles
sky
away.
for a while.
Yeah.
So a mile, at least people will like see it for a second, and we can travel over a mile in a day. That's no big deal.
Like
Can you
at
just
least,
feather fall us out of the sky in the center of the city?
at least
I mean, I
4 or
can.
5 miles is less than an hour of
That's so funny.
He could stay above the clouds. No one would know.
Actually, I can feather fall us all if that's what you're wanting.
Well, Zephyros
There's
is
no
trying to avoid going too close to the city.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Is just let us drop with
how
Featherfall
far away
active.
do you usually keep from big cities, Zephyros?
I usually don't go near them at all, but again, I'm gonna take you. I see. I think I see what you're saying. You're saying if we go high enough in the air
Yes.
over it to where they can't see. Okay.
Yep. And honestly,
Sure.
it's no big deal. And
Yes,
Helios
Violet.
like,
Just if I don't have anything to ride, I don't feel like walking.
That's so funny.
But we
Um,
get to share the horse though.
yeah, you got your horse, but I mean, you can feather fall a horse too. So
A giant war horse feather falling out of the sky.
I'm sure it'll cooperate with that just fine.
also on that same note, like if you two are on it, you just have to cast one spell of Featherfall on a
Lapinia,
technicality.
aren't you? Yeah, as it say, like Zephyros can do it. Lapinia, aren't you from Waterdeep?
Oh boy, I believe I am. Well, I'm not from Waterdeep, but I think I was living in Waterdeep before all this happened. Or no, where did we start? I can't. If I had the map up, I can see, but I can't remember what town we started in.
Oh, do you want me to drag us over to the map?
Yeah, only because I can't remember the town we came from to go north.
Didn't we start at Daggerford or something?
Something like that. That's what I thought
That
where I was from.
sounds right.
I think I've
My
been to
brain.
Waterdeep, but I've never actually like I didn't live there. I
This is
think I
the wrong
lived it.
map. This is the wrong map.
Uh-oh.
Pardon me.
You get out of here, map. No one wants you.
Correction that
Get
the
out of here,
time
Map. You're drunk.
is nay.
Yeah,
There it is.
you don't know
Okay.
anything about my life.
So we were in. Oh gosh, where were we again?
I feel like it was Daggerford.
Yeah, I was near Waterdeep, but I wasn't in it because I originally came from where was it some forest I came from. And I think I moved to Daggerford when I was young, and then I would travel to Waterdeep here and there,
Hmm.
but I never like stayed enough to like know the town just to like I think I had to deliver things for the guild up there.
You guys all seeing the map?
I
Okay, so everyone has it but me, so that's exciting. All
let's
right,
look
but
at let's look at the stream. It's on there.
I mean, to be honest, like I was just gonna say, we'll see how. Like, I think you want to get us into the city, but I don't know if we want to begin the whole part of actually dealing with that or not tonight. It's up to you
we can just
guys.
Featherfall on the outside of the city. That'd be better.
Well, because Waterdeep is surrounded by what? Amphail, Daggerford. You have to put us behind that little like forest, really, to hide us, and then we could walk through the forest to come to Waterdeep along the river.
Because yet again, that's just a
Right.
day's travel from there.
So, Lopania, since you're familiar with it, uh, Waterdeep has long been divided into a bunch of large regions called wards, um, and so like a bunch of different like kind of sections of the town, right? So if you
Yeah.
guys were going to be trying to drop into it, you'd probably want to be thinking about where in the city, and if whether or not you would actually be able to have much control over
Where we're going.
where within the city you would land.
Yeah, I think just outside the city would probably be better, or anywhere out on the outskirts of the city, just nowhere near the
That
water,
makes
and just
sense.
make sure we're good. That way, at least we have a walk-in, and if they ask questions, they say, "We fell off a giant bird," or we tell them the truth, and they also don't believe us because I don't think they would.
Well, that's
I
what I was.
mean, the truth is just as strange as fiction in this moment.
That's what I was saying. If he drops us off right behind the forest over here, behind Waterdeep, no one will be able to see us. We're far enough away from the towns, and we can just trek along the river until we get to the road.
Yeah, I guess there is that bridge there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
We camp in the woods one night and then.
I'm good with that. We're ahead of schedule by a lot, so
And I've
this
been
could
in these
work.
woods before hunting for leather, so I know these woods.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See?
And Zephyros is like, yes. And with a dreamy expression in his eyes, like, and I have some old business to attend
Old
That you
business.
do, my friend.
to.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
BCC me on that.
Jesus. Just drop us off, Capitan.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, so he'll take you south of the city.
Oh. How much do you think that wet leather weighs from those horses? I gotta put that in my inventory.
Oh
This is a lot
God.
of leather.
I feel like
Strap it
this
to
is
the
like
warhorse.
Yeah, you technically
you
could
know
strap it.
those
True.
math questions, the word problems that are always really sad anyway, but it's more depressing because it involves horse leather. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You can strap it to the horse.
Well, let's see. This answer has been. Okay, well, according to the internet, the average human skin weighs 80 pounds or 20 pounds. So you think a horse, you're thinking probably at least 60 to 80 pounds of leather from one horse. One
Yeah.
horse.
Right, and a warhorse can totally carry that.
Yeah, but so we're
Strap
looking
it up.
at 80 times 3 or 60
Uh-huh.
times 3 on the low end. So 180
Yeah,
pounds plus
that's
plus
still
Liam
not
and Sentry.
still not as much as you'd think for a warhorse.
Well, what else? Did we put a bunch of other stuff on them before that too? Like we had them like loaded up with a bunch
Yeah.
of supplies.
Yes, we did. Right
Yes.
at one point.
They were being your beasts of burden.
Well, it was equally distributed, but now there's only one. So Liam would probably refrain from riding the horse and just sort of probably lead the reins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be
It's
safer
like
just
a
so
pack
that I can
animal.
carry it. Yeah.
Sentry would ride on top
And
of it.
then,
Or Violet
and
would.
then Violet would just be ancillary weight alongside whatever we were.
No, I will walk on all four. Let my wolf stuffed animal ride me.
No, he rides the horse.
No, Violet's thought is she plans to ride this thing, so she's gonna let it ride her for now. And when she's standing, it will be strapped to her back like a mini backpack.
Like child's first wolf pack.
I was gonna say like those like teddy bear backpacks from the '90s.
Yep.
With the leash on him?
No, not that one.
Oh,
Not that
okay.
backpack.
I think those are different things.
Well, that's what they used. I used to see kids with those all the time, where it was like a teddy bear in a backpack, but it had like a leash so the parent could like keep the kid from running away.
Nah, when I was a kid, it was pre-torso leash for children. So, yeah, but I get that now.
I would get
Yeah,
lost.
sorry,
in
we're back to my
stores,
childhood.
so.
I feel that.
I got lost at SeaWorld once.
All right.
Got lost in public.
Yes, so you guys are gonna just like drop out of the sky from the tower, or do you want him to lower you down?
I'm gonna jump out, make it fun.
Yep. Let's all hold hands as we go down.
Make me float, Sky Daddy!
And make sure somebody holds the horse.
Yeah.
I feel like the stress on the horse is a bit much.
Well, it's a war horse. They can take it.
I'm not gonna lie. What I'm gonna do is cause featherfall on it, which essentially makes it weightless, going down to the ground.
We'll do a blindfold on it. It won't even know.
Zephyros will help
Blindfold
with
on.
casting Featherfall to make sure you can get enough people.
I feel like we're taking this horse for granted, but that's
Well, you already
We're gonna
stole
take
the
care of the horse. You've already taken the core. We took it up steps in leading into a tower that's been flying for days, and it's been near the outskirts.
we have the I'm just saying we have
That's
the
your
option of
one-ring trauma,
having
Lucas.
having Jesus. Yeah, I'm always in the middle of horse trauma. like we have the option of having him set us down on the ground, and we're choosing not to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's for good reason. We've already spoke about it. We don't want to put him in danger any more than we already have. I will take not putting
All
our very
right,
nice
all right.
host Zephyros as not in danger as us and our horse.
Look, no one's in danger as long as I'm. But that's just
Understood.
my
I think Moral has a better sense of that already since he's died
I
once.
I have
I
a
don't see
very
danger.
good sense of how well we can protect others.
All right.
Let's move on.
Especially when someone's raging.
Somebody roll a percentage or a D100.
I got it. I'll do. Oh God, not that. D100.
Not D10.
43.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, it's kind of, just like an average weather day, pretty fair sky, some clouds, but nothing too intense. Just kind of just checking. That might affect your decision as well. But yeah.
All right.
So you feather fall down.
Yep.
If you're wanting to, Liam, you can make like an animal handling check
All right.
for helping soothe your warhorse. That's not bad. I mean, if you do that and you're blindfolding it, I mean, I'm not going to say it's happy, but it's at least not going to like freak the fuck out and like have a heart attack or something.
Yep. We'll give him all the carrots. Away!
And oats.
I made him his special, like, not like, okay, just for referencing. Last level I took Way of Mercy monk, and became proficient in herbalism. So I feel like in my off time I'm making like sort of horsey trail mixes with like elderberries and carrots and oats for my horse. And his name is Seamus. All right, I'm naming the horse, so you'll all feel bad if he dies. And
Perfect.
Question.
Old Seamus.
I mean, I gotta go around this question. Can I cast minor illusion around the horse's head so it looks like it's just standing in one place and doesn't know it's falling? And just keep this box of just like it's in like
I
a
feel like
building
rushing
until it also
wind,
gets
like
down,
you'll
and all of a
feel,
sudden,
you'll
bam,
still
it's
feel
somewhere
the
else.
wind. He'll smell things. Like
Yeah, so I think you're still gonna feel stuff, right?
Well, I mean, if
I
it's,
don't
if
know
it's
if
on
that's
the
a minor
cloud thing,
illusion.
if it's thinking it's standing outside on the clouds, it can still feel the wind there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it hasn't been outside on the cloud the whole time though. It's been inside in the doorway. That's why I've been like leaving it alone.
No, where the giant broke through. Yeah, that's a safe spot for it.
Yeah.
Moral away!
I mean, you can try for it if you want to. It wasn't a terrible animal handling check though. It was pretty good. 17.
I love this, and it's just I just want to let everybody know that. So, if we were to take this from a third person perspective, there's clouds in the sky. It's like, you know what? It's actually a pretty decent a day. It's not as quite as hot out. Wow, like, God, what a beautiful day. And you look up, and then you see a dark spot, and then another dark spot, and then a larger dark spot. And then you're like, hold on, what is that? Take out your spyglass. And there's a man free falling, like, he's doing a belly flop.
Yeah, skydiving pose basically.
Yeah, a cat holding on to a giant wolf backpack. A scaled sorceress falling with a whole bunch of leather all around her. And then a giant man with a warhorse blindfolded. Just falling from the sky. Just
like BD Cooper with his cash, but with leather from your horses. It's fine.
This is the third person perspective that we're
On
getting.
that note, Moral, give me a percentage and let's see if anybody sees you.
Okay.
Yep.
It's your boy. So there I was. And I started blasting.
That's
Right.
amazing.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Shot him and a miss. Fired and a miss.
I fired
Fired
2
2 times.
I ate a popsicle and then I
Then I
missed.
passed out in the snow. Then I woke up. I loaded my gun and I shot again, but I missed. But I hit something. What was I aiming for? So I guess I missed.
This went
I
on
ate
for
another
Several
popsicle.
hours.
Yeah, it's actually. You can see there was a group of merchants in a caravan was traveling, and they all seem to have stopped on the road, and they're all like staring and pointing up at you, and you can tell they're like a couple of little kids, like, like running around. And all, oh, you look at that! As you guys are drifting down to the ground. You haven't been to a
Uh,
shop in a while.
Eh?
Liam, before we left Zephyros, Liam would want to say something to the guy.
Okay, so we'll have a little cut back.
The more already jumped.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, exactly.
Liam would just want to talk to Zephyros and Giant about his thoughts on the ordning and like if the guy wants things to change or stay the same. Because I know
Uh,
him, he and Dieselnoy are both, I think, Cloud Giants,
yeah,
and who are like kind of second place in the ordning, but they're also sort of outcast from their own societies, and which
right,
is
yeah.
why they sort of more
Live
often than
outside of it.
other, yeah, more often than other giants like interact with small folk.
Sure, yeah. Just most giants who interact with small folk tend to be outcasts from giant society. So, as far as that goes, yeah, in the background you can comically hear Moral just on the way down, but he just says that he doesn't really know, but that for their own part, if anyone had a problem with the way it was, it would probably be, giants who have more of like a warlike culture, so like the fire giants, uh, maybe the hill giants, although they usually just care about who can eat the most. But for my part, though, I never minded uh, where we cloud giants stood with things. It more troubles me that we all seem to have lost our way so much that this is the way of the world. But I have no answers for now. But Rage with another twinkle in his eyes. But I look forward to hearing what Diesel Noy thinks of it. 6. But I think that it's good that you are here, although I have my doubts. I don't sense that something like the Ring of Winter could really be hidden here, unless
In
it's deep
Waterdeep.
within, yes, Waterdeep.
Well, this
So
is just
I
the first clue we have. We don't know where it will lead.
he says, yes, but I also I don't know. I don't really know who should be at the top or how things should be. I'll keep trying to consult. He kind of like vaguely gestures. He says, and review. He says, I have so many histories to go over. But for me, I think it's more important to keep the giants from destroying the small folks to the point where uh, they try to wipe us out because we're damaging too many things. And I doubt that they will care much for our cultural differences and reasoning.
Well, I'll try to communicate that giants aren't just one folk. They're a bunch of different folks that have to all be giants. And, you know, sometimes they don't even differentiate between Goliaths and giants. Just if you seem dangerous, they'll treat you the same.
Yes. Well, I wish you luck with it, and perhaps our paths will be fated to cross again.
Oi, I'll see you again, mate. He'll
Yes.
pull him into a hug around like and he'll basically just get around the calf and just like
Yeah,
pat
right.
the
Just
calf, just
he'll like
like
reach down and
oh
like pat the top of your head. He's just like, there. And he'll ask though if you have anything you wanted to take to Dieselnoy.
that I want him to take or that he wants me to take.
Or either well, he's about to go up there.
Oh, yeah, if
So
possible, I'd love to send my like experiences and thoughts along
yeah, let's
with
let's say
with them.
that we've ahead of time have written these things down
Yeah.
because
Could that be? Let me know if you want me to make a check. I could do history or intelligence straight up or what have you. But
I think a history check wouldn't be too bad, but you're doing your own.
yeah.
So
Hey, that's a natural two.
well, Dieselnoy knows how you are when you get all excited.
Yeah.
He'll take
You
it from you
know,
though.
he's it's a bit of a rambling message, and mostly tells him to listen to his heart, and that he's built like he also lists like so Goliaths are big on lists of their
Hmm.
accomplishments and that's like 80% of it. But then he also
Yeah, no,
takes
I can see it. Yeah, it's very clear. It's just like a bunch of lists of a bunch of stuff that you did, and then like weirdly with like Violet, there's like a list that's like a couple of different kinds of fish. Um, I don't know,
yeah
just all sorts of lists.
yeah
But yeah, he'll take that stuff from you for sure. Right. So yeah, so with that, you and your horse off the edge of the cloud platform.
I walk him off and we float down, we all
You
float
float
on.
gently. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so like I said, it's up to you if you want to kind of do some survival in camp. We can kind of get us like basically up to water deep. But I currently can't see anything on my screen except for myself.
Oh, well, you're also not visible on Will's stream, so
Okay,
that's a problem.
so yeah, this might be. If you want, I can try to reconnect real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Honestly,
We can hear
I was gonna.
you though.
Honestly,
Were
I
you
was
gonna
gonna
suggest
say
that
if
we
we
cut it
wanted to
here?
call.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because I was thinking, like, to be honest, I'm not going to make a whole meal out of us getting into Waterdeep because we've got to get into Waterdeep and do stuff next session. So I'm okay with calling it here if you guys are, just so I can see. And honestly, like, maybe next time I'll just pay for like a day of like better internet here, or just see what I can do to secure something because it's a good connection. I was able to stream for most of it without too many problems, but here, as you see, having an issue.
Right.
It's life, man. It's all right.
It's
Yes.
all right.
But I definitely enjoyed that. I think that we had some. I mean, I think for my part, I know definitely very dialogue and exposition heavy, but there's a lot of stuff that you guys really need to know. And honestly, I think that we should take you to level 6 before we play again.
Okay. You want us to
Could
Yeah.
level
we
up?
let?
Oh,
Go ahead
Uh,
and level up.
would we be open to doing a post game show and level up?
Yet
I don't know if we
again,
could do it
another.
tonight because I think I was hearing that they were really tired.
Yeah,
But I think that us streaming it, us talking about our thoughts about this and doing a level up before next time might be a good idea.
like any other time where we get like a 30-minute blurb or an hour blurb. Um, yeah, and whoever's watching, thank you so much for joining
Yes, thank
us.
you guys.
Um, this is really enjoyable that we get to play with friends and then invite you along for the ride and the story. So thank you, folks. If you did join in, if you're already gone, well, hope you had a good time.
Great.
All
it's
right,
getting real, people.
Good night.
real fun.
Not everybody.
Good night.
Night.